news. That shipment we've been working on for the last month for XYZ Electronics is finally finished.
Wow, that's great news. I'll have to give XYZ a call this business day regarding the early shipment.
Awesome.
No way. I can't believe my computer already got sent to me. What is this? I need to call company XYZ and see what the problem is. Hello, good evening, Brian. I have a concern with the last shipment of computers we just received. I opened up the first one and there's a large error message on the desktop background. There seems to be a major issue with the software we paid to be installed, and it's setting our company back.
I apologize, I wasn't aware of such a problem before we shipped the computers. My frontline workers gave me the go-ahead on the batch of computers. However, I was shocked that the order was earlier than expected.
This is simply unacceptable. For as long as we've been doing business together, I expected a higher level of scrutiny over your products before sending them to XYZ. We have lost too high of a number of customers due to this issue, as well as a great reputation that we took so long to build up. If anything like this happens again, or if you fail to fix our problem by both sending a new shipment at the end of the month, as well as compensating us for lost customers, I don't believe we will be doing business together much longer.
I understand entirely. I will do everything possible to resolve this problem. I'll speak to my frontline workers immediately.
Thank you. I will be expecting that next shipment shortly.
Dylan?
Hey, Brian.
Can you step in my office real quick?
Yeah, no problem.
So, are you aware of that order we prepared early for XYZ the other day?
Yeah, of course. Is there any problem with that?
So apparently there's a major software defect that actually ended up possibly costing them, us the business with them, as well as additional payments we'll have to reimburse them with.
I was not aware of this problem. We might have cut a few corners during the review process, but it was only to save time. I didn't think it would cause this big of a problem.
Big problem, man. It's a big problem, all right. Just because of this business relationship, I don't think we're going to meet income projections this year. Dylan, I'm calling a specialist to see how we can mitigate this issue.
So, Brian, after reviewing your situation, I can clearly see the issue at hand. Your frontline employees aren't spending nearly enough time reviewing the products before they're shipped to their customers, and this mistake has finally caught up to you, both monetarily and your personal customer relations. In order to save yourself a great deal of money, you're definitely going to have to increase your budget on reviewing and examining the goods before they're shipped so you don't run into these problems again.
I think that sounds like a good idea, but I just don't really see where the funds are going to come from. And we could get some funds, but that's going to diminish some production for other departments. And plus, it kind of seems a little counterintuitive that we increase expenses just to help out with the quality.
Right. Well, for this concept, I think drawing a graph might help to show you how your costs actually increase as you let the process go on. So I'll show you where you may have been caught with this issue. So, as you can see by this graph, the x-axis T represents the time, and then up here on the y-axis is your expenses. Now, as you can see, as time goes on, your expenses exponentially increase because you're not catching the defects early, and you begin to have to pay for your customers' mistakes and their drawbacks because you're not catching the mistake also. As you can see, like the cost of recognizing defects is increasing exponentially as the product makes its way through the process. And this is a clear example of how detrimental not recognizing this defect can be. It's costing you much more because you're recognizing the defect up here rather than down here in the manufacturing process where you can catch it early and not lose that customer and the relation you have with them, as well as compensating for their opportunity costs and the customer relations that company may have had lost due to your problem. So it's something that you should definitely address your employees as well as your management on.
That makes sense. I'll reprimand my frontline workers right away. They shouldn't have let this defect slip by.
Well, I must add that if you had created a clear set of guidelines for your employees to follow by in that manufacturing and the detection process, you may not have run into this problem in the first place. So as much as you want to blame your frontline workers, you also have to take responsibility as management to set guidelines for your employees so that they can follow by and not let this kind of problem happen.